It would be pretty amazing because we'd like get a lot of fans there probably because like obviously we're only little and like playing an opportunity like that would be amazing for us.
It'll mean the world to me. That's honestly my dream, to play at a big festival like Bloodstock or Download. It'll be mental to play there. It'll be awesome.
I dream the world. That would be my dream come true because I've always wanted to be in a band when I'm older and do it as a profession. And Bloodstock is a really big festival and it'll be really cool to play.
For a gig or a festival, most people only see the final product when the band play on stage, and the behind-the-scenes stuff goes unnoticed. For any band, this behind-the-scenes stuff is what musicians actually spend most of their time doing, and without it there wouldn't be a show. Twisted State of Mind from Witney, Oxfordshire, are preparing to compete to play at Bloodstock Festival 2013, and we chatted with the band and with their families to get a better idea of what goes into putting on a show.
There's the preparation in advance, making sure all the equipment's working. There's the loading up of the car, getting there, setting up, and then they get on and they perform for 25 minutes, half an hour, whatever. And that's what people judge them on. And yet there's all of this that goes on in the background that any band will tell you is there.
I'd hate to think how many hours it goes into just doing this 25-minute gig. 20, 30 hours, something like that, just for one gig. You know, people would never know. They'd be shocked. You know, it's a massive amount of work. It's stupid. It would make you want to give up. If you measured how much time and effort goes into doing it, yeah.
We practice 3 times a week to get the set and all our songs like as tight as they can possibly be.
It's quite stressful at times, but once we get all this sorted, then it's just a blast.
I hid all my guitars away in the garage. I had them all in cases. All my amp was in the garage, all my gear was in the garage, and the same with all my CDs. They're all hidden away. I in no way encourage any of my children to be headbangers. Both of my boys, the eldest one, Dan, he found out the guitars and he found out my CD collection. It was all downhill from there, really. and they just raided all my gear, raided my CD collection. They just sort of like flown with it, really. They you know. Twisted State of Mind have done really well. It's just all been down to them what they wanted to do.
My dad, he helps me to get to and from gigs. He helps out with the gigs, like getting them. He does quite a lot. My mum, she's sort of busy around the house and stuff and with work, but she comes to a gig now and then. So yeah.
My dad, he's really supportive of the band and pushes us a lot because he disciplines us through practice and he buys quite a lot of my gear, and he gets us lots of gigs and tells us what to do, which is really good because he's one of the only parents in the band that has had the experience of being in one.
Well, my dad takes me to all the gigs and he takes me in and watches. My mum tries to support as much as she can, but because I have a little brother, she can't come to a lot of the gigs because it's too late for my brother.
Do you think that as their parents you have a large part to play in making Twisted State of Mind what it is?
Only in so much as the logistics and making sure everything works for them. I think that's my role, really, just making sure everything works and they get where they need to get to. One thing we've all been very careful with is the creative side of what everything they do that's creative, the writing, that's got to come from them 100%, and I'd feel like I was violating them some way if I got involved in that, and it is sort of tempting at times.
I think the band has an energy of its own, and all I do is help facilitate Dane being able to play his part. Obviously, there's quite a big part involved around that, but essentially Twisted State of Mind is the 3 boys and it is Twisted State of Mind because of what they bring to it. I'm just the taxi driver.
Just makes it nice and easy for them. Lucky, isn't it?
Whose idea was it to enter the competition for a chance to play at Bloodstock?
That was Jim's. He's played in bands all his life, and he knows a lot of people around the area, and he got to hear about the auditions that were being put on. And we thought, well, if nothing else, it's going to be a great experience for the boys, because not only are they able to play live again, but they'll be playing to an audience of their peers who are playing the sort of music that they like. So there's such a learning opportunity in just taking part. I mean, you know, we always think they're good enough to win, but that's almost like a second prize.
In the heat that Twisted State of Mind are competing in, the process works like all the other Bloodstock heats. One band is voted through on the audience vote, one on the judges' vote, and one runner-up is offered another chance to compete at a later stage by the judges. Of the bands competing that evening, the two bands voted through by the audience and the judges were Banbury metalcorers I Cried Wolf and The Box Factory, who described themselves as indie rock and hardcore punk. There was only one chance left for Twisted State of Mind to have the opportunity to play at Bloodstock 2013, and everyone was waiting tensely for the result.
And joining our band to get a second chance in another heat are Twisted State of Mind!
It was an awesome night and everyone was feeling pretty good about being given another chance to play at such a huge UK music festival. Although Twisted State of Mind got through this round, there are still other gigs to get through before everyone can start getting out their sunscreen and practicing their headbanging. But we asked the band and their families who they would most want to see if they did play at Bloodstock.
If we got to play at Bloodstock, I would most be looking forward to see Lamb of God, Anthrax and Slayer.
To be honest, Lamb of God, since I watched them at Download and they're amazing.
Probably Anthrax, because I've seen them 4 times before, and each time they've just impressed me even more.
Megadeth. Yeah, I love Megadeth. Fantastic band. Yeah. And they're not at Download this year, so I've been Twisted State of Mind, of course. Was that the wrong answer? Twisted State of Mind. Yeah, why not?
Now it's time to sing along when your day is night alone. If you feel like letting go.
There's this boy that killed himself over depression, and his dad he wanted to create a charity single, which is 2 songs that are funeral songs, and we got asked to do one of them.
Everybody hurts.
We're doing this charity single to put on a CD for him.
Take comfort in your friends.
The charity is called Ian's Chain, and it's about Ian Saville.
To throw your head.
His dad set it up, Alan Saville, and it's for the people who have been affected by depression.
We're doing Everybody Hurts by R.E.M.
It's just a really good way to show that you care for him.
No, you're not alone. Yes, you